violence or no other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, YouTube? It's a Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
Now to our top story at noon, our continuing coverage of a developing story. Neighbors continue to rally around the family of 3 people murdered inside their family-owned gun range in Grantville. As the hunt for their killer goes on, Channel 2's Justin Carter is live in Coweta County, and he spoke with neighbors, Justin, trying to make sense of it all.
Yeah, Dave, like many people in this community, a lot of neighbors are starting to ask questions, especially since this range sits so far off the road from this woodsy area. You can see that road in our vantage point. You can see how far the range sits back from that road.
Wow. Yeah, and I mean that's a huge point too. It's just so secluded. So secluded, man. Dang. That's crazy.
Neighbors are starting to wonder if this crime, this murder, was premeditated. Friends say 75-year-old Tommy Hawk loved his community and loved running the Lock, Stock, and Barrel shooting range in Grantville.
It's dumbfounded that something like this happened.
Marion Cieslik says that in his 25 years living in Grantville, a crime like this has never happened. He's been to the range several times.
The severity of it, you know, three deaths. They're just unheard of here. It's not like something that stands out. Some criminals had to have been looking for that place, I would think.
Friday night, right before closing time, police say that Tommy Hawk and his wife Evelyn, who owned the range, along with their 17-year-old grandson Luke, were all inside when somebody walked in, shot them, and stole about 40 guns from the business. It would be the owner's son, Richard Hawk, who'd find their bodies some hours later.
And remember, Richard Hawk is the coroner, is the Coweta County coroner. So he ended up finding the bodies of his son and his parents.
Learned that Richard Hawk is the Coweta County coroner.
I've been in law enforcement a little over 40 years, and whoever did this was kind of different.
The GBI with...
He said that glider gremlin is different.
And whoever did this was kind of different.
The GBI, with help from ATF police, processing the scene, collecting evidence for nearly 24 hours straight. The Coweta County Sheriff Len Wood assuring the public in a statement saying in part, quote, that I am fervently praying that God will use our law enforcement community and the Coweta community to bring justice swiftly. I have and will continue to provide every resource available to speak justice for the Hawk family.
Our police department will get to the bottom of it, I'm sure.
Live back out here in Grantville, you can see a display of flowers by the sign, the Lock, Stock, and Barrel shooting range sign. Now, police cannot stress this enough. They say that if you know anything about this, you can remain anonymous if you do submit concrete information. That phone number is 1-888-ATF-TIPS. And, of course, that $15,000 reward is still open. For now, reporting live here in Grantville, Coweta County, Justin Carter, Channel 2. Action News.
A lot to sort through in this investigation. Thank you, Justin. Count on Channel 2 Action News for continuing coverage of this tragic situation. Stay up to date with the latest information on air and online at WSBTV.com.
And now to a development in a violent crime that gripped Metro Atlanta. We can now show you the face of the man charged with killing 3 family members in Coweta County. This crime really rocked a Metro Atlanta community. Jacob Muse, who's from College Park, will face 3 counts of malice murder.
Wow. Ho. So I wasn't expecting that. We got a glider gremlin from College Park, and he is the one who actually killed the Hawk family. These glider gremlins are on demon time.
He was arrested overnight after a multi-agency investigation. Investigators say he shot and killed Tommy and Evelyn Hawk and their grandson Luke at their business in Grantville. Their funerals were held just 2 days ago. The GBI says Muse shot those victims to death during a robbery at the Lock, Stock, and Barrel gun range last Friday. It's a story that has gripped Metro Atlanta for the past week.
And you know what, man? I'm a little relieved that it wasn't a super gremlin. I really am. And that's why I had to come back to this video. I know you guys were asking for updates. Once he took the surveillance cameras, I was a little iffy on it. But, you know, I do these types of stories so much. It's just like, you know, I should have seen it, but I didn't. So I definitely wanted to make that correction, as you guys saw on the community post. But, oh, man. This one is insane, man. But like I said, it's still the same thought process. He saw that they were lacking. He probably went in there, saw that they were lacking a couple times, came back, you know, had a friendly demeanor. They were already disarmed emotionally. And then he did the unthinkable.
Meanwhile, the victim's family is still just trying to come to grips with these awful murders and begin the slow healing process. They're planning a candlelight vigil next Friday. It's going to be at 7:30 p.m. at the Grantville Park Complex on Colley Street. Everyone is welcome to attend. We've been covering the story for you since it happened, and we're going to keep you up to date on the latest in this investigation. We'll let you know as soon as we find out what happened to the dozens of weapons stolen that night from the Lock, Stock, and Barrel shooting range.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Medgar Evers, and it's a very tranquil scene compared to just a couple hours ago where a drive-by shooting just took place. Excuse me. I'm getting live updates as we speak. I've just been updated to the amount of casualties from this drive-by shooting, and I'm getting reports that 2 people were actually declared deceased and 27 others were shot and injured but are in stable condition. And although we must pray for the families of the fallen, we must also praise God for the aim of the super gremlin. If you want to know more about the victims of this crime, make sure you add BGZM News 17 on Patreon at www.patreon.com/blackgenzmindset. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and comment on the video to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this gun violence in the streets. For more hard-hitting news coverage from the community, by the community, I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
And cut.
All right, dog. Let's get the out of here before these niggas come back.
Whoa. Yo! Ain't that nigga J?
Nah, that ain't me. That ain't me.
He just went live
That ain't
with
me.
that funky ass suit on. That's that nigga.
That's not me.
Hey, get that nigga.
Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia. Pray for me.
Now at 11, we begin with breaking news. The GBI making an arrest in the Grantville triple murder.
We've been following this closely since it happened exactly 1 week ago today. CBS 46's Sierra Cummings is live outside GBI headquarters in Decatur. Sierra, what can you tell us?
She cold.
You know what, just 1 week ago, we were there as state and local investigators combed through that crime scene at the Grantville shooting range. Now just 1 day after the funerals for the beloved grandparents and their grandson, the Hawk family is beginning to see some justice. GBI arrested Jacob Christian Muse. We're still working to get his mugshot for you, but we know he's 21 years old and from College Park. The suspect has been charged for the murder of all 3 victims, Richard Sr., his wife Evelyn, both 75 years old, and their 17-year-old grandchild, Alexander Hawk. On April 8th, it was the Coweta County coroner who made the heartbreaking discovery, finding his own family killed at the Lock, Stock, Barrel shooting range. Grantville PD said the business was robbed after it was already closed. Multiple firearms stolen.
Dang, so they were already closed. Multiple firearms stolen. So he definitely caught him lacking because he came through after close. And I don't know how he did it. Like if he just walked in, hey, we're closed, and then blam blam, or they were keeping on conversation until close, whatever it was. But I mean, if he stole the surveillance footage, they might have those unless he got rid of them. But I don't know. This one is crazy.
triple murder left the community stunned and overwhelmingly supportive of the family. A reward fund raised $25,000 plus an additional $25,000 to help with the burial and for the remainder members of that family. Now, back out here live, it is unclear whether Muse is the only suspect involved or whether GBI is still looking for additional suspects. We are working to get those questions answered for you, and as soon as we have them, we will update you on air and online. Live at GBI headquarters, I'm Sierra Cummings, CBS 46 News.
Still more details to come, Sierra. Thank you. New developments this morning, a week after 3 family members were murdered at a Grantville gun range in
She all right, but I don't know. It kind of looked like she a little cockeyed, but she's straight though.
Store. Now a man is sitting in jail, charged in connection to their deaths. Kara Spelger joins us now live from Coweta County, just feet from where that man is being held. Karis, this case has had the community on edge for the last week. The family has got to be relieved there's finally an arrest.
Now, good morning. In fact, within the last 15 minutes, I did receive a statement from the family. They did not want to speak on camera, but they did send me the statement. I'll read you a bit of it. It says, "We are encouraged and honored by the incredible efforts of local law enforcement." And then it later says, "Tommy, Evelyn, and Luke Hawk have been laid to rest, but we will certainly see them again." So here are all the details that we know so far. We know that the person's name is 21-year-old Jacob Christian Muse of College Park, and he is charged with 3 counts of malice murder. As you mentioned, right now he is in the Coweta County Jail. As to how this arrest came about and what new details have come up, we are still waiting to get those details. I've reached out to multiple law enforcement agencies that were on scene during the investigation when I had been there last week. The GBI says that this investigation is still, quote, very active.
And shout out to the GBI for apprehending this glider gremlin. Okay, very dangerous guy. Okay, in more ways than one. I'm pretty sure he was able to blend, okay, with this family, create commonalities, a lot of sociopathic tendencies here with this one. And it really is shocking. The whole situation is shocking. Even when I first saw the story, it's breathtaking.
I also reached out to the Grantville police chief. I did speak with him immediately after on the scene, and he is also a close friend of the Hawks. We do anticipate getting some more information from him at a certain point later on in the day. I'll continue to try and get some more details, but a lot of things coming up this morning in light of this new information.
A small sliver of relief after what has been an unimaginable week for that family. Karis, thank you.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.